Now with the big board, our team of insiders here live to weigh in on today's top stories. And we're going to begin with new developments in NBA star Derrick Rose's sexual assault case. It's a big fight over privacy. Now, a Los Angeles judge has ruled that Rose's accuser cannot remain anonymous at her civil trial. But her lawyers are arguing that she will not be safe if her identity is revealed. Legal analyst Ariba Martin is here. And Ariba, this one was surprising to me. I thought privacy for a possible victim is always paramount.
Well, George, this is a civil lawsuit in federal court, and the federal rules require that parties identify themselves. The court has to weigh the plaintiff's claim in this case that she will suffer harm against the public's interest in a trial. And let's face it, our system prefers openness. The court in this case looked at her claims and said there's not enough evidence that you will suffer harm that outweighs the public's right to be informed about this case.
Now, Ariba, if her identity is revealed, does that really have a major effect on the case?
Well, some say it makes the case fairer. The judge was concerned that Derrick Rose would be prejudiced if she was allowed to conceal her identity. This isn't really a surprising ruling. There are lots of high-profile cases, including lawsuits that were filed after 9/11 where plaintiffs attempted to remain anonymous, where federal judges says no, the public has a right and interest in these proceedings. And again, there's that federal court rule that says parties must be identified. So not all that surprising what the judge ruled in this case.
Okay, keep our eye on that one.
Yeah, we sure are.
All right, thank you, Reba. And now to the new outrage over pharmaceutical price gouging. In the EpiPen, lawmakers on Capitol Hill grilling the CEO of Mylan over the significant cost increase of its life-saving device on Wednesday. And Dr. Jennifer Ashton joined us now to talk about that. And Dr. Ashton, when discussing the tactics of Mylan, the committee used the words disgusting and astounding. But the CEO didn't back down and did not say they were going to lower prices or anything like that. What's your take on these hearings?
Well, I mean, our drug situation in this country, Michael, is really in critical condition. It's a complicated issue. The fact of the matter is a lot of the high drug costs, and by the way, we spend more on prescription medication in this country than any other country in the world. A large part of that high cost comes from market exclusivity, which is from government-protected monopoly rights, which are granted to drug companies like Mylan. So does it seem greedy? Yes. Is it upsetting? Yes. And you know what? To remember, drug companies are in the business to make money. Doctors and healthcare providers who have to look a patient in the eye when they say, I can't afford this medication, things are getting really bad. So something has to be done.
And Jen, people are outraged now as well. And you think seeing something like the hearing yesterday might give some other companies pause. But I can't believe when I saw this headline yesterday, this other company, Novum Pharma, raised the price of an acne cream, a tube of acne cream, from $241 to nearly $10,000. How do they think they can get away with this in this environment?
I mean, that's an expensive pimple, right, George? I mean, listen, to be clear, it forces doctors and patients to change their behavior, right? It forces doctors to write different prescriptions that they might not be comfortable with. A lot of people think doctors get kickbacks for writing a certain medication. We don't. So we need to look for generics and other options. And there's lots of ways to treat acne, so people can feel good about that.
We might be seeing some other hearings.
Yeah, have to find another way for $10,000.
No kidding. Let's move on now. Thank you, Jen. To a safety makeover for Chipotle, the fast food giant rolling out a massive ad campaign this morning, nearly a year after 2 E. coli outbreaks sickened customers. It includes a full-page ad in the New York Times and this new video from the CEO.
Our suppliers have implemented additional proven steps that eliminate or dramatically reduce food safety risks before ingredients ever reach Chipotle. We are pioneering advanced technologies, including using high pressure to eliminate any possible food safety issues without changing the flavor of the ingredients.
Let's talk about this with Rick Newman here from Yahoo Finance. And Rick, Chipotle shares have really nosedived since this E. coli outbreak. Will this turn things around?
This helps, but it doesn't get them to the finish line. 3 things you need to do to get through a crisis like this. 1, take responsibility. Don't blame other people. 2, be transparent. And 3, convince people you've solved it. Solve it quickly. I think Chipotle gets good marks for those first 2, but in terms of solving it quickly, this problem popped up several times in the last 12 months. And that's their problem, is they could not convince people they've got it done. So now they're doing these full-page ads, showing that video. You know what they're not doing? They're not showing you their food, and they're not making you hungry for a burrito. So I really enjoyed the part of that video about comprehensive sanitizer protocols, but it just doesn't make me want to go to Chipotle. I think they need to get us excited about the food again.
Well, you know, Rick, before the food issue, they did show burritos. It made me hungry just thinking about it. But they were thriving. This was one of the most popular companies out there. But have you ever seen a company turn on a dime like this? And do you think they will be able to sway the public back to their side?
Yeah, it happens. Let's look what's happening with Samsung smartphones right now. They're catching on fire, and Samsung said, okay, we're going to fix the problem. But they did not really say, here's how we're going to do it right away. It's taking weeks. They're sort of leaving their customers hanging. I think Chipotle's coming back. I think it's just taking them a lot longer than they expected.
George, I'm buying you a burrito after work today.
After work, yeah.
Right now. Buying you a burrito. All right. Hey, Rick, thank you. Dr. Ashton, thank you. Ariva, thank you as well.